Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Today is the day the BMW should finally be driving. This is the main piece that I've been waiting for almost 3 weeks now. Doesn't look like much because it ain't much, but it is much, if you know what I mean. So it is essentially just I forget what the actual name of it is. It is a fuel siphon, suction, fuel jet, fuel sender tube thing. Basically, the gas tanks on these cars are saddled, and there's a left and a right side. The left side is the last quarter-ish tank, and when you get down that far, the primary side, which is the passenger side, runs out of gas, and this guy is supposed to send it over there. So mine's deteriorated. That was part of the reason I had to drop the tank for, so I could pull the chunks of it out and, you know, clean the tank out. I'm gonna go ahead, slap this in, then we just gotta put the fuel pump in, which is right next to it. I already got the back seat out here. So with those two things in, then I can move the car, put up on the lift. I don't want to put gas in it until I put the new fuel filter on. And when I had it up in the air the other day where my lift arm was, it was blocking the screws that hold the fuel filter, like, protective case on. So couldn't do it that day. Should only take a few minutes. I'm gonna try and get these things put in. I will film this as I go because this is kind of a weird thing. You gotta look in the tank all funny, so I'll show you what I can see because there's no info on this on a video that I can find. But let's get started. I'm super excited to hear this thing run again and get to try and drive it today. You can see kind of down in here, this is the passenger side, that the tank, or the sender unit goes in right about here. So let me try to set my light up here. This piece right here, this is where it goes. There's a hole right here. You can see my finger coming through it, kind of. The sender tube, or the siphon tube, hooks into this and pumps the fuel over. So I will try to see if I can show you guys what it looks like over here, because I can't even really see it myself. So yeah, I don't know. I suppose I'll try and figure it out and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. All right, so the trick was, it took a few attempts here, but I kind of just fed it in. I opened the driver door and leaned it out because I didn't want this thing to crack. It's pretty flexible, but even then, so I just kind of fiddled it around, had to stick my arm in there. On the very top of the tank, I'll see if I can throw this one little clip in there. There's a little opening, and just got to kind of feed it down in there. So now this thing should kind of squeeze down in here the rest of the way. Something like this. I'm going to use both hands so I don't break anything, but we should be able to see it over here any second now. There we go. That was definitely a tight squeeze in there. Definitely not the most fun thing I've done, but it is done nonetheless. So we should be good on the fuel side. I just have to change the fuel filter, which is underneath on the driver's side, like basically underneath the driver frame rail by the seat. So I'm gonna jack the car up really quick because this thing is, you know, kind of in the way, and they're working right now, so I don't want to ask them to move. So I'm gonna go ahead and jack this thing up, put on some stands, change the fuel filter down below there, and then yeah, then we're good. Then this thing's ready to put gas in it and fire it up. That was a lot dirtier than I anticipated, but we are done. Let's add some gas. She's got gas. Let's see if she cranks and fires up. So battery's connected. I gotta burp the coolant, and then yeah, it's kind of a weird procedure on this one, but let's see what happens. I'll give you $1,000 for it. Alright, so I noticed right off the bat the fuel gauge is actually reading correctly. We're under a quarter tank, and we're actually, you know, idling. So that means the fuel sending unit, the siphon pump, all that's working. Like you heard, the first crank didn't fire, had air in the line. So we should have primed the motor. That, you know, pretty good. I didn't do anything crazy, just basically an oil change with the pan off. But yeah, doesn't look like we're leaking fuel. Let's let her idle. Man, let's burp this. I'll figure this out. From what I understood, you just kind of let it idle and then crack the bleed screw here and there. And I don't know. I don't know if my heater core opens, so it may be really hard for me to bleed this thing out until I get that fixed. But yeah, let's see. So we've been idling for probably close to 10 minutes. We're looking good. Fuel gauge is working appropriately. Temp gauge still looking pretty good over there. So I'm gonna keep on bleeding it for a few more minutes. I got the nose put up because that's, you know, the better way to do it. Got the bleed screw out, and I got the cap off. And yeah, I was told to just let her idle for a bit and then cap her up, cool her down, take her for a drive and see what happens. So in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead, pull the reservoir cap off the power steering, just turn the wheel lock to lock a few times, try and burp it, make sure it's full, topped off. And then yeah, once they're done over there, then I can, after this is bled, I can move it, see if the brakes work. I'm probably gonna, like I said, have to bleed them some more, so we'll see. But oof, yeah, we getting somewhere. We getting somewhere. All right, so I don't know if the bleed procedure is, you know, fully done, but I got to move the car now, so let's see what happens. All right, it's already moved it because customer's picking up a car right now, but I got to move it back into the shop, and she definitely moves. Thankfully, no rubbing of the wheels so far. It just drives. And it chirps the tires a lot from that welded diff, but she drives. And it feels so tight. It feels so good. And I feel like I'm on the ground now too. I totally spaced it. I had a job come by, put a carbon hood and some hood pins on a FRS, and I got started on the brakes, but I finally figured them out, which is good, because normally I suck at drum brakes. Let me show you. It looks pretty good having the new stuff on there. All right, so mind the cooler noise behind me, but here's what we're looking like. So I found that the trick is, this was a weird part, getting the new e-brake piece on. So other than that, because that kind of folds into position, I don't have to undo it really on the other side, so I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, I just put this back spring in with the shoes. The shoes, it's easy because you can take an Allen key. What is this, a 5mm Allen key? You don't need the normal little spring tool. You can just line it up and, you know, push it through the hole, and that gets the shoes in place. And then yeah, getting the springs on is a little tricky, but not that crazy hard. I just used a mix of These pliers, these are the Doyle ones, the snap-on rep, or knockoff ones that can pick up a dime, quote unquote, but they grip really, really well. And then just a normal 90-degree pick tool helped. And then once I had all that together, I took my big external snap ring pliers to get the adjuster in. So then I just went up in here like this and spread it apart like that, and then slid the adjuster in place. So now I'm working on tensioning the adjuster. The way I understand it, you want to get it to where it just barely rubs against the inside of the drum. So I got a flat head in my pocket, and I'm going to go ahead, line this up, and just turn this dial. I'm not sure which way it goes. I'll have to figure that out here momentarily. But yeah, I did this side first because the other side's already put together, and now that this side is done, once this is adjusted, now I can do the other side with the last of the little bits right here. So this is it. Do this, spin around the block, and hopefully we're good. I'm currently trying to, I know you guys can't see for crap, but right now I'm currently tensioning the e-brake cables. A little tricky because there's no room in here with the center console in here, but you got 12 mil nuts, and then you got a couple of these 9 mils, and these are locking nuts. So give it a, oh yeah, that's like perfect right there. So if anything, maybe take a little tension off, but heck yeah, dude, working e-brake. Who would have thought of that? All right, let's take it for a spin. So the only thing, I may have to untension the cable slightly. I don't know if this is just how it sits, but it's got like a little wiggle to it, but yeah, we'll work that out. Goddamn boy. I mean, to be fair, I only had like 4 gallons in it.
Yeah, shout out to Chris, because he actually gave me like 3.5.
Yeah. Understeer.
Still a decent amount of air.
Yeah.
So why are we stopping, Chris?
Got 2 blocks up and she started getting warm on us, so I thought S2000s were hard to bleed. This thing takes the cake.
Yep. And it's not even bad for summer right now. It's like 99 degrees and windy.
Yeah, no, it's actually nice out for the first day this year, but these things just trap so much air.
Yeah, you can just hear it hissing.
Yeah, I don't even know how full my reservoir is.
Oh,
it's like not way down there. Okay, so it drank a lot, so I'll have to run it back to the shop right away, put some water in it, and
holy crap.
yeah, top the oil off and top the power steering off.
A little bit too much mush of initial bite.
Yeah.
Alright,
yeah, I'll just do
self-clearance, bro.
When I'm on 215s, it probably will.
Where are you on right now?
245s.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get a lot more clearance when I drop 30 mil all the way around.
Ew.
The brakes are starting to feel better because I didn't realize that these rotors still had like the dust on them.
Oh yeah,
like
yeah.
That gray color.
Yeah. Like this ceramic, like little coating it has or whatever. Nice.
Brakes are starting to get much more firm.
Thank you. Those are like, are those stock pads or the weather pads they have?
Yeah, they're just stock.
Nice.
Not gonna lie, that was my very first clutch kick ever, and I kind of just winged it because I knew the concept. I didn't know if you literally just kicked it.
This man just kicked it. There was a car behind us too. I don't know more. Risky boy.
That felt so good.
Nice. I was saying, I used to sometimes slide back here, just like a quick 360. Nice. This comes out nice, dude. It feels smooth.
Yeah, dude.
Hell yeah. On time.
Man, that feels so cool.
Coolant temps look good too.
Alright, getting used to it.
Oh my god.
I shouldn't have tried to manji my second ever fucking drift. I got way too cocky. I was like, oh, this is easy.
This is light work, baby.
This is light work. Just make a straight fool of myself, almost whack the curb.
Got it on camera.
Oh man, if you ain't, oh wait, I was gonna say you ain't rubbing, you ain't racing, but we rubbing and we sliding around, we acting fools. But no, it feels great, honestly. Like, I can't wait to do my first event, and I know my anxiety is gonna absolutely destroy me, but just knowing that like I at least have the car pretty well set up. Yeah, dude, it's gonna be so fucking cool. So far so good though. I don't feel any weird bucks or surges, so like I think the fuel system stuff is doing its job. Like the gas gauge is still kind of at the top. Like I just topped off and it's kind of acting up a little bit, showing a little under. So I don't know. We'll see. If only the e-brake was working good enough. I just don't think it is.
Nice.
The weird sensation I gotta get used to is the wheel wanting to do the work. Because I've never slid around before like that, so I don't... Obviously the wheel's gonna try and flip around and it's weird, so... Yeah, we'll see. I'm practice, man. Seat time.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be so cool. Especially when I get some, like a proper alignment and the camber arms and all that stuff.
Yeah, but and your e-brake stuff too. Nice.
It's so easy to just kick it out, dude. Oh, I fucking love it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess. I mean, the coolant's holding up right now.
Yeah,
So maybe that's all she needed was that last burp.
Yeah, it's been like that for a while.
Well, I suppose. I don't know. Something feels a little weird, so I'm gonna double check the torque on the wheels. But other than that, probably just needs an alignment, honestly.
Yeah. Hell yeah, bud.
But I gotta say, those toe plates did a pretty decent job. Like, God, the
Coffee is solid.
that chirp's gonna get annoying, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But well, I mean, I guess there we go. First drive, so almost f***ing wrecked it right off the bat, but we're good. Chilling.
Like sending her, bud.
Yeah, it kicks the rear end out so silly easy. I love it. So I don't know about, you know, ripping this thing at Canyon like that anytime soon, but
yeah,
she's doing all right. All right, guys. You know, it's awesome. I'm very, very stoked with the car. It is running awesome. It is sliding easy, and obviously I'm gonna have a, you know, 400 miles of practice ahead of me, but you know, I am all too excited. So, you know, I guess this is where the video ends. I'm gonna go home. It's already late. It's 7:30 in the evening. Been here all day, got some money made, you know, got some jobs done. So I'm gonna go home and relax for the weekend for the first time in about a month. And if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. If you're new to the channel, hopefully by now you've considered subscribing. And now I can't wait to pick up a new GoPro and start making some POV driving, you know, learning how to drift and stuff. It's gonna be so fun. Can't wait to meet new people. It's gonna be cool. So pick up a t-shirt at velocityracefab.com. Hopefully you wanna share and, you know, subscribe and do all that stuff and do what you love, forget about the rest. Thanks for spending some time out of your day here with me. Have a good one. Peace out.